Hey everyone, this reading is going to be for air signs. That's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and we're going to be tapping into the energy of this super blue blood moon, which is a real mouthful. But with that said, let's get to the fun. So again, this is for air signs. So it's going to be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And as always, just take whatever resonates. So, well, something pretty interesting here. There are a lot of there's a lot of major arcana cards stuck within the action. Like this area here. This is all the this is kind of like your action, kind of like the physical space that you're in for this full moon period. And what's really coming up is I'm getting a lot of indecisive energy here. And that's pretty fitting because before we get back to this pile here, what we do have is this energy that's kind of transitioning at this time is the Three of Wands reversed, and it's a very indecisive energy. There are a lot of air signs trying to I guess they're trying to figure out if anything's really going on that's worth grounding themselves for. Yeah, it feels like there's really a lot going on here with this energy. This Three of Wands reversed. Like if it feels like the kind of like the atmosphere for air signs leading up to this event is just like you don't feel like there's anything special you need to gear up for. But the energy that's entering here is this Knight of Swords energy, and it's going to come by way of the star, which breaks down to if you're struggling to find meaning in what you do, and this is starting to feel like a very common theme. But when you're struggling to find meaning in what you do, the task here really is to just to be the star, to to actually ground yourself, and not to ground yourself for an experience, but to do it for yourself. Uh, you know, Typically it feels like people tend to ground themselves. It feels like you air signs tend to ground yourselves when it's time to when it's time to do something that matters. But the need here is to just do it for yourself. Make you matter. So the need here really is strong to reconnect with the earth, and also to reconnect with yourself, because the star is it's a very hopeful card. It's also a very nurturing card, and it's a reminder you really have to get into the habit of pouring into yourselves, because even as you're you know when even as you're non-committal to something, and that's really the that's I'm getting a lot of very um non-committal energy here. So like, but even as you're going through things and you're not really attaching yourself to any one place, person, place, or thing, it's still a taxing experience. You're still utilizing your energy. You're still spending energy. You're still putting yourself into the things you're doing, and regardless of whether or not it sticks or it feels like a good fit, there's still that effort has still come out of you, and the need really is you have to replenish yourselves. But the energy that we're transitioning from this energy, but what we're transitioning into is this Knight of Swords, and it feels like a lot of you guys are going to you're going to be getting a lot of messages, a lot of truths, a lot of it kind of feels like what a lot of you guys are going to start. You're going to start hearing some tough truths, and they're going to come to you in a slightly unorthodox manner. But the really the goal here is to just prepare you guys for what's next. So looking into the present, there's it feels like there's a resistance to change, and that's what's coming up here with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a need to, you've got this potential. There's a lot you can be doing, but you're not. You need to make that decision. You need to consciously make that decision to take action, and that's kind of dominating the energy here because we've got the Wheel of Fortune here reversed. We've got the High Priestess here reversed, and in their upright positions, it's very fertile action that's taking place. But in this reverse position, it feels like you guys are kind of stuck because maybe things haven't been going your way lately. Maybe you're not liking the messages you're getting. You're not liking what you're hearing. You're not liking what you're thinking. You're not liking what you're feeling. And again, that's kind of like why I said this Knight of Swords energy coming in is going to expose people to a lot of tough truths. There are some hard lessons to learn, and I feel like again, it's coming from this the star energy here. This need to you have to nurture yourself. You have to nurture your dreams. You have to give life to the things that matter to you by way of giving life to yourself. So investing in yourself isn't always easy, but it's something that you have to do. And the energy, like the physical place you guys are in, it feels really funky because of all of this indecision here. This Wheel of Fortune reversed, feels like you're worrying about too much. You're worrying that whatever decisions you make here, it's not going to go in your favor. You're worrying that you're not supposed to be there. And I'm really getting this strong feeling from the High Priestess reverse that there's a lot of doubt. But you have to remember that when you're following what feels right to you, there's no need for doubt because it's always going to put you where you need to be. So there is a need. You have to. There's really a need here to start committing yourself to shit. Start committing yourselves to things. Start committing yourselves to things you want to do. Don't just do things just to do them. Act with meaning. Act with desire. There's a reason we're seeing this wands card is there's a reason it's so disruptive because there's no you're not bringing the fire to what you want to do. Wands is fire energy, and there's no fire. There's three of wands reversed. It's fire energy, but it's all stagnant and indecisive. It's kind of fucked up. So you should be glad you're leaving this space because it's not. There are no swords cards here. Swords are thought, words. This is about action. This is all action here, and it's time to take action, and it's time to take action that you can really uh, put your heart behind and put yourself behind. So with that said, let me just get to the message that's coming up here for each sign. So first is going to be Aquarius, and I'm just going to pull a couple cards for you guys, and we're going to see what comes up. Got got the Emperor reverse, and we've got the Hierophant. And this is it's actually pretty interesting. Aquarius. It's really a little surprising to me that I have to say this to air signs, but it feels like you need to be a bit more carefree and whimsical. This Emperor reversed energy is the Emperor upright is a very rigid, structured experience, a veteran presence, and it's time to be a bit more carefree. It's time to explore new things. The Emperor is, been there, done that. I've seen it all. But reverse, you need to see new things. You need to see new things. Try new experiences. Follow what resonates, and let your heart take you to unfamiliar places. Because in doing that, you're gonna find the Hierophant. You're gonna find the structure that you're looking for. You're gonna find the structure and the discipline. You're gonna find the system, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for a new place to live, if you're trying to, start something major in your life, and these are major arcana cards. So this is about, this eclipse period is about you guys making major moves, Aquarius. Um, let your again, let your heart take you to unfamiliar places. Don't don't be like the emperor upright. Don't be don't be one who's set in their ways. Don't be someone set in your ways. Don't you need to stay away from take a break from everything that you're already super familiar with. Go try new things. Try new food. Try socializing with new people. Try dressing differently. Change your hair. Change your shoes. Change shit. Change your drawers. Who cares? Change things up some. Like mix. You need to start making changes. I'm not saying just throw everything into the wind and start living an entirely different life, but get used to trying new things. Because it's really, if you trust yourselves, it's really not it's not as scary as you're thinking it is. It's not that scary. It's not, there's success here. There's success here, but this Emperor reverse is saying you really have to step out of your comfort zone. in order to put yourself in something new and lasting, something that you can build around, something that you can build on. So let's see what comes up for Libra. Six of Wands. Hmm. Libra, what is it that you don't want to hear? Because that's really that's kind of like the prevailing feeling here. It's not a coincidence that this page of swords reversed is covering the six of wands, because there is something to be triumphant about. But again, going back to what I was saying about the knight of swords earlier and harsh truths, there's something you're not opening yourself up to seeing. And while you have much to be proud of, and while you have much to celebrate, and you have much to look forward to, it it's this one sticking point that's really kind of gumming all of your stuff up. You know, stepping away from just Libra for a second to go back to focusing on air signs in general. The hard truths are the truth itself. The truth is not a weapon. You can't destroy yourself with the truth. The truth is a tool, and if you don't like the reality you're in, failing to face that isn't going to help you change it. So digression aside, yeah, Libra, there's something going on here where you're not you're kind of trying to sit back and enjoy the vibe, but there's something you're kind of pushing off into the back of your head. It keeps coming up, and it's just not. It seems like it's really not something you're trying to receive, but you need to get over it, and you need to take this message in, and you need to govern yourselves accordingly. Because the easiest way to create a truth that you like, to manifest a truth that you like, is to face the truth you don't like. You can't pin your ear shut when bad news comes along. That's not how you get things done. So, again, keep that faith in yourselves. Get that faith up. And again, wands energy, fire energy, action. You need to be active. Actively seek your truth. Actively seek to accept your truth. Embrace your truth. Because again, if you don't like it, changing it begins with embracing it as it is. So let's see what comes up for Gemini. Hmm. Okay, so the message that I just got here is for Gemini is truth in action. This is going to be one of those situations where normally if I pull cards and everything comes up reverse, I it affects how I interpret it, because sometimes all reversals means everything's just reversed. Sometimes, in my experience, it means a shift in energy. And what I'm really getting for Gemini here is that a shift in energy is due, and it's coming very quickly, actually, because again, Page of Wands, again, fire energy here. Fire is feisty, and it doesn't believe in waiting for anybody. Uh, I can tell you that myself, because when I go to shoot every time I shoot a video for fire signs, my cards are jumping out of the deck because it's very impatient energy, and it feels like you need to start embracing that fire energy so you can tap into the Queen of Swords, and because the Queen of Swords just likes to get shit done. The Queen of Swords is not really here for your games. She's not here for your doubts. She's about the truth. She's about receiving the truth. She's about acting on the truth. She's about using that mental energy in a constructive fashion. So she's really not here for the games. And this Page of Wands is really inspiring you to be more like the Queen of Swords. Put your feelings aside, put your worries aside, put your doubts aside, and just start getting shit done. Because once you do that, your energy and your focus is gonna spike. You're gonna really start getting through things. Because that's what you need. That's really what everybody in this. That's really what all the air signs need. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Is you have to get out of this stagnant energy, and it's being purged from you guys through the star again. But it's a matter of embracing that. It's not a coincidence if you feel moved to start doing things. Start doing them. So overall here, there is a need to take action. Like, action really dominates here, because even with this Knight of Swords, it's about receiving a message, yes, but it's about acting on that message as well. The Star is about actively restoring yourself. The Two of Wands, you're making a decision. The Wheel of Fortune, you're embracing your luck. The High Priestess, you're honoring your intuition and you're moving in the things that resonate within you. I believe I mentioned earlier, like, I was feeling resistance to change here. And again, that's a little bit fitting, because also the High Priestess is a card that comes up when change is coming, because your intuition is kind of trying to step its game up a little bit to guide you through transition. So really, like, the overall question here is, what don't you want to move on from? What don't you want to move into? Face that. Free yourself from that doubt. Because again, as long as you follow what feels right to you, what truly resonates within you, you'll always be fine. It might not take you where you expect to go, but expectations are overrated when it comes to the universe. The universe does not care about your expectations. Expectations are nothing more than limiting factors. Trust that things will unfold for you as they need to, as they are meant to. Get out of your head so much. Go do something. Thanks, everyone. Bye.